Hey, what's going on? Have you heard about our radio show? That's right, there's a medical marijuana radio show, and I do it for you every Thursday night at 8:30. In fact, the podcast is available ahead of time every week, and you can get it at 420lawoffice.com. Just click 420 Radio Show, and you can download the podcast, and you can subscribe by clicking a button, and it's going to show up in your phone or in your iPod. So be sure to check out 420 Law Office Radio. I think you'll find it's rocking. All right, take good care.
Hello, this is Stuart Richland from 420 Law Office and here on the YouTube channel. Thank you very much for touching base. Well, it's 4th of July weekend and we just got the published Cole Memo from the federal government. The DEA, Department of Justice, has issued forth a memorandum to further clarify the prior memorandum that we had from 2009 to give you an idea of what is on the federal government's mind with reference to your medical marijuana rights. Of course, the Obama administration came in with the original statement that the raids were going to stop in the various states, and that was memorialized finally in the Ogden Memo. Unfortunately, there have still been some raids, but those have focused on people who have violated federal law in some way that brought them to the attention of federal prosecutors, such as being close to a school, taking care of individuals who are minors under 21, money laundering, gangsterism, multiple locations, profiteering. And that's essentially still the case. However, this new memorandum makes it very clear that organizations and groups are still potential targets, which we've always said, and that just individuals and caregivers are going to be the lowest priority. So those of you that are profiteers, or even those of you that have a nonprofit, you're still on the federal radar and you must govern yourself accordingly. I'm going to put a link down below there on the YouTube data and also on my own website so that those of you who would like to stay current can read the memo for yourself. I think you must take this memo very seriously. At this point, the Obama administration, Department of Justice, has had plenty of time to analyze and to determine what their next moves are going to be, and I don't want any of the people who are involved with these channels to be confused. Our own website has evolved over years. As the enforcement regime and as the cases and as the law evolves, you must evolve. So those of you that are dreaming of a gigantic storefront, and especially here in California it has to be nonprofit, but there are other states in which the state legislature have made the terrible error of allowing the activity to be for-profit. I think that that's really irritating to the federal government because the essence of what makes medical marijuana an exception here in state law, in California anyway, is the fact that it cannot be for profit. Those people who are profiteers, those people who are money launderers, you can expect a knock on the door. And those of you that are uninvolved, you really can't complain. This is a representative democracy. It's a republic. You have to get involved with your representatives to let them know what it is that you want. So I hope that you've written letters, made phone calls, created political action committees, and spent some money on the topic if you really care about it. Let's face it, under the new Supreme Court decision, corporations are allowed to give as much money as they want to campaigns. And so you have to come to the plate as well. You've got to use grassroots organization, and you've got to spend a little money to get what you want so that people can hear your First Amendment communication. YouTube's great. I reach a couple hundred, sometimes a couple thousand people. But if each one of you can take the time to reach 10 people, there is certainly going to be a multiplier effect, especially if you can inspire them to reach 10 more people. So let's get this grassroots thing going. There is some reform on the horizon. There is the Barney Frank and Ron Paul bill that is going to finally decriminalize federally and follow the state laws that have medical marijuana, but that needs to be passed. And in order for it to pass, your representative in every state needs to know that this is something that you care about and that the representative can stand up along with the constituents and not feel like they're going to lose political clout if they support medical marijuana rights. So stand with your politicians that support medical marijuana rights, inform your neighbors, and let's do this thing within the system as it wants to be done. Let's reform medical marijuana law, and thank you so much for touching base, and I hope you have a fantastic and independent year. Happy Independence Day 2011.